when things break down.
Always interesting at the face-off dot. Petey LaSalla, All-American, going against Riley James, who has certainly held his own. He comes in with a percentage at about 58%. That's good for 17th in the country. James wins the face-off. Initial possession of Georgetown are underway.
James Riley.
This is the matchup within the matchup. James Riley, 33 in blue. Petey LaSalla, 23 in white. Two scrappers at the X, but also lacrosse players who can make plays in between the lines.
Flag down, and already, first minute of this game, we get our first flag. And it's a push in the back with possession.
Guys like Connor and Doc Aiken with the ball right now. And Connor Shellenberger, you could argue offensively, has been the most dynamic player as a redshirt freshman. One in white, a conductor and quarterback of this offense. They want to give him as many touches as they can, and they run him through the box at midfield, and he'll stay on the field as an attackman.
Shot and a goal! Laviano gets Virginia on the board first.
It's all about making the tough save. Across his face, Alex Rode. Ice in his veins gives this Cavalier offense an opportunity. Ian Laviano back on the island. Heavy dose of Riley throughout the course of the season. But the thing about Georgetown, they're very clean in the specialty game. They might have the best goalie in the country in Owen McElroy. They clear the ball well. They dominate 50-50 ground balls. So this is a hit they could absorb.
And they get a goal. Georgetown on the board as we had a delayed flag on the play, but Declan McDermott says, I don't need to wait for that call. I'm going to bury this ball and tie this game up.
There's so much talk about Jake Carraway and TJ Haley and Graham Bundy Jr. But at the end of the day, Declan McDermott has come to the party as of late. He had 5 goals last week against Syracuse. It's the first step in the ability to shoot on the run. One in blue. Down the stretch, right? Because he's getting the short stick. Bundy gets the pole every single time. You see him on the ride, you see him on the hustle plays. It's those little things that he does. Okay, off ball on the 6-on-6 set, but additionally, his hustle plays, unmatched.
On Timinovich, the freshman, and he scores. Shellenberger was able to get inside Will Timinovich and puts Virginia back on top.
Doc Aiken is known to be a physical force. Also was an incredible football player in high school and almost played this last year at Villanova if their season wasn't canceled for his 5th year of eligibility. That's why. And then you feed the offense in Connor Shellenberger. You're seeing his versatility on display.
Back at full strength, so Georgetown now 0 for 3 man up here in this first quarter.
Good news for the Hoyas. James Riley, the face-off specialist. See him on the sideline.
That's bad news for the Hoyas. Peyton Cormier at point-blank range. A beautiful shot, too, with his body going the other way. Finds the other side of the cage.
The interception by Jake Galleri is incredible. He doesn't just knock it down, he catches this ball. That is ridiculous. Stops the Hoyas, they go 0 for 3 in the extra man. And then the Cavaliers, you give them too many opportunities, they are too good. Their top 6 is frightening. TJ Haley leads the nation in assists. He's a freshman. I mean, they have unbelievable talent that they can build around for the next 3 years, and they're recruiting exceptionally well.
Connor now to his left, has a lot of room. Now the slide comes. That leaves Aiken open on the backside. He'll fire righty and score.
When you look at Virginia, 2019 when they won it all, Doc Aiken was finding moments on the offensive set just like this. Catching the ball, making a quick move, and having a lot of net to shoot at. When he holds on to the ball too long and he redodges, He struggled at times. Face-off man for the Hoyas, 58% coming into the game. If he's out, two things need to happen. You have to cash in on man up, and your goalie, Owen McElroy, has to come to play.
LaSalle's coming to play here. The shovel and scores! You said it earlier. He is so dangerous on his own after a face-off win, and he buries it.
I said earlier, take care of him in transition. And what I mean by that is, if you are the coaching staff for Virginia, let him go. Unleash 23 in white, because when he wins the draw, low center of gravity, can soak checks, and a little creativity to boot. Petey LaSalle. Against Syracuse in the last game, and against Bryant as well in the first round, so he has responded.
Moore putting his shoulder into the defender. Try to sneak a pass into Shellenberger, who picks up the ground ball. Connor. Underneath the defender. Nice shot by Will Godine. Shellenberger does, though, and he scores!
So smooth, so skilled, so savvy is one in white. Head's always up, looking to make a play, getting a teammate involved, and if you don't slide to him.
Their substitution patterns. Moore on Donaldson. Here's Garno. Moore has room. McElroy is there, though. Stolen by Xander Dixon, and he scores! What a heads-up play by Dixon, and what a big mistake by Owen McElroy, and something you wouldn't expect from the veteran.
You wouldn't. Very uncharacteristic of Owen McElroy. Not only makes huge stops, but is clean in the clearing game. But when it rains, it pours. You make the stop, right? You have that showdown with the big-time shooter of Virginia. Try to get the clearing game going. That's twice now. Virginia has cleanly picked off passes that really you have no business doing, right?
Just ends up in your stick, and when it's going well for you, it
starts to shutting down the shooters of Georgetown.
You had a feeling Caraway needed that goal. He needs something to get him going in this game.
Yeah, and he's like the lifeline of this Georgetown team. We talk about all those young guys, but Caraway is the leader, like a fifth-year guy. And he plays with so much emotion. When he scores, the bench erupts. He celebrates different than the rest of the guys. Like, a goal from Caraway is big time.
Shellenberger will get you a goal and then some. That's the hat trick for him in the first half.
The 3 goals and the 1 assist. If you were to turn on the tape after and watch what one in white is doing, there's no patterns in his game. He's playing from up top. He's playing from behind. He's dodging and shooting on the run. I've seen him spray it from the outside. You saw him.
26-10, the shot disparity for Virginia in this game. They have dominated. Moore will add to that, but he misses.
Shot by number 5, Matt Moore.
Still 12 to shoot for Shellenberger and company. Final minute of this first half. Donaldson on Shellenberger. Connor now with the pick, gets inside the defender and scores. That's a beautiful play from start to finish, Cart.
Again. Wow. Jaw-dropping play by the redshirt freshman. The maturity, the offensive awareness in the field. You saw him make a similar move up the left side earlier in this quarter. Now he does it to the right, and they send the help, and he just spins right through it, right? So if you remember earlier stages of the second.
Moore here with still 30 seconds, plenty of time in this first half.
Lacrosse is a game of runs, and when you have momentum, stopping the ball and winning faceoffs, you feel like you can make a run. Georgetown has not had that today.
Trouble, Shellenberger, he's unstoppable.
honestly, I don't even have the words anymore. It's not just that he's putting up huge numbers today. It's the way he's doing it. Every single goal or every single assist is different. I mean, he has been... You have to play the face-off game from the angle of just tying LaSalle up as much as possible, just to give some hope for the wing play to be a factor, right? Because LaSalle, when he dominates the draw, this high-octane offense is too much to deal with right now for this Georgetown defense.
Can we get a pole goal? That'll help, and it will. Well, Gibson Smith, one of the team captains of this team, right on target and right on the money. And Owen McElroy made a great save on the other end, and it led to transition on this end.
Yeah, when you're not doing well at the dot, find ways, right? Well, it starts with getting possessions off of saves. McElroy stands his ground. Quick offense for the Hoyas, and then Gibson Smith, who is...
Virginia slows it down with the 8-goal lead. Dixon. That's his spot right there from X as a feeder. Upfield to Garno up top. There's Bertrand. Yeah, think about Lars Tiffany too. It's not in their DNA to slow things down. Up 10-2, how do you want to change the way you go about business? How about that?
Right? Foot on the gas. Don't hesitate. Make it a statement that this team is going to approach the second half with eyes on another championship weekend. And Bertrand, earlier in the game I mentioned, I just love, he's the change of pace guy, right? When he runs.
Here comes Connors. He isn't afraid to shoot. Dishes it off, and a goal by Laviano.
Jared Connors. He isn't afraid to shoot. 8 goals coming into today, but he also has 6 assists. So as much as he isn't afraid to shoot, he isn't afraid to pass and continue to create havoc in the middle of the field. For my money, this is why he was such a high draft pick in the PLL, because he can make plays in the middle of the field. You know what he does in terms of just stalking the opposition as a defender. But what he does in the
80 seconds on every possession.
You're down 12-2. Go chase him, right? Go chase him.
Now Shellenberger will look to make a move. And he scores. Well, that's exactly what Virginia wants to do, right? Just burn 60 seconds off the clock, put it in one's cross, and let him finish.
Burn it, burn it, burn it. And then make it rain. Shellenberger is seeing this game in slow motion, right? Oh, you're gonna let me kind of kill the clock? Well, guess what? Here's number 6. Number 1 has been on fire.
Georgetown just 2 of 18 shooting on the day, Clark. Here comes Moore. Has his defender hung up. Now comes upfield and scores.
Look at that celebration. Matt Moore said it earlier, not known to have a big-time left hand, right? And chops the field in 2 ways like Connor Shellenberger does. He's a righty, but if you're going to drive lefty, you got a backhand like that. Personnel, it's like almost at the approach level when they're going after Georgetown. They're one step ahead, right, of the characteristics and the tendencies of all these Georgetown players. Like, you're not seeing anything strength-wise out of the Georgetown offense because of the way Virginia's approaching them defensively.
Watson inside. Couldn't handle the pass, but pushing it back against Virginia will give it right back to Georgetown. Now Watson will shoot, and he scores. Something for the Hoyas to cheer about, Clark, as they cut into this Virginia lead. Just too little too late for Georgetown.
Alex Rode, throughout the course of this game, it's been 2 for a buck. Catch it, send it the other way. That looked like a knuckleball. You're not beating Rode with some regular heat today.
And hopefully for you to watch as well, coming up in about a half hour's time right here at Hempstead. The Virginia Cavaliers, the reigning national champs, their defense continues as they will head to East Hartford for yet another championship weekend performance, and it was impressive. I mentioned it before, and I'll mention it again, Clark.